society is expanding rapidly. We might be dealing with a bigger threat than we thought. The IO might be returning. There's even more evidence towards Midas. And the question of who took Peely keeps getting more and more confusing. We are in big trouble because of this brand new skin that just came to the item shop called Killian. Killian is a half robot, half human with a brutal poise and flawless precision. This character is supposed to indicate that they have eyes on everyone. The reason that the logo for the society is two hands within an eye is to symbolize that there is not a single place that is not seen. But the only way to really escape the vision of the society is to go underground. And that's actually why Jones has taken his team underground. Now, not only does this character look really cool, but his description says brutal poise. The definition of poise is a unit of dynamic viscosity. Poise basically means balance. Well, what does he have perfect balance over? Well, he is half robot, half human. Perfect balance between the two. But no, that's not the most important part. There are two important parts. The first important part is that the society is bigger than we thought. This new character is probably one of many that we haven't seen yet. But something even more important isn't the society logo, but a different logo on his arm. This logo isn't only on his arm, but it's also on the back bling. And on this logo, you can see something that looks like a diamond and then a circle inside of it. And around the outer edge, there are 6 symbols around it. Now, this may look like a cool detail or even just something to hinge it all together, but no, this is actually more than you would think. If you thought that this little symbol looked familiar, that is because it is symbolizing the Imagined Order's logo. A diamond in the middle with the 0 point inside, and on the edge there were 6 symbols. But this offers a few questions. 1, the IO still exists and Killian is a part of the society and the IO working as a double agent, or this is an indication that the society is the IO of this reality. Ever since the Big Bang, supposedly everything has changed and slightly been altered. That's why the society is here and the IO isn't. But that does offer one question. Where is Dr. Sloan? Because ever since Chapter 4, we haven't seen her. She stayed back towards Chapter 4 so that way Jones could finish the mission in Chapter 1, but ever since then, she's kind of been gone. Well, when we go to the underground, we can actually see a monitor that displays 3 faces. One is Jones, one is Peely, and the third, well, it's Sloan. And these aren't just monitors displaying faces. These are monitors that display the statistics and vitals of these characters. So obviously Sloan is important to these characters somehow. I have a theory that it's either Jones just trying to make sure that Sloan is okay, because obviously this isn't the same Sloan that we're used to from Chapter 4. This Sloan could be anyone. She could be working with the IO still if it exists. She could be working with the last reality. She could be working against us with the society. She could even be the reason that Peely was kidnapped in the first place. So far, what we've learned is that Oscar is a hunter and he has taken Peely to deliver him to Nisha. We still don't know why fully Nisha wants Peely. There's a theory that the society wants information from Jones and that's why they've stolen Peely, because Jones knows where the 0 point is. But what if Nisha has just been ordered to get Peely? It would be so cool if it turned out that Sloan ended up being on top of the society and she was telling people to get Peely so that way they could get information about the 0 point. It would be a little bit sad to see Sloan versus Jones again, but it could be something that might have to happen. Sloan might not even know who Jones is, but Jones remembers everything from his past, so really, he's gonna keep his eye on her either way to make sure she's okay, because even if this isn't the same version of Sloan, he still really cares about her. Now, but how does this all help with the whole Midas situation? Well, if the IO is actually the society in this world, that would mean that Midas was once in the society, which actually explains a lot. That might explain why everything is golden. That might explain why Montague looks so similar to him. I had a theory that Montague was Midas's brother. That's why they have so many similarities, such as different color eyes, a scar on their eye. They both have a cat person friend, such as Oscar and Meowscles. Montague owning the society and Midas owning the agency. Either Montague is an altered version of Midas, or they are brothers and Midas was once a part of the society and left, and now he is coming back to battle the society and take down his brother. Now, but there's still a group of people that think Midas will never return again. I truly do believe that he will return this time. Maybe next season, especially since it's going to be Greek themed. So let me know in the comments if you think Midas will return, and subscribe while you're down there. If this is the case, we can also expect some sort of higher power for the society. And if this is the case, I would really love for it to also be Geno still. Because somehow I feel like Geno has managed to stay together this whole time. He's been rebuilding himself and he is finally about to be completed and maybe make a return. Could you imagine a world where the only two people with memories of the past are Geno and Jones, and they have to battle it out? We still don't know where the 0 point is or if the 7 will ever return. Same thing with the last reality or the IO. We don't know what characters and teams and factions will ever end up making it back into the storyline. So far, out of all of the teasers we've gotten, there's only teasers for Midas and Chapter 2 stuff. Nothing related to the 7. But I think the most important part right now is to figure out where Peely is and get him back to Jones. Jones has lost his family, now Dr. Sloan, and everybody that he's loved and learned to love, and they're all gone now. Except for Peely, his one buddy that he finally gets to keep, and then, wow, they're gonna take him away again. I feel bad for Jones at this point, but I hope we can figure out who is behind stealing Peely and why they've done it, and let's hope we can see some cool cinematics of Jones beating some people up for Peely. We do have some leaks related to a new Geno skin. Yes, it's just a reskinned version of Ageless, but Ageless is a big storyline character, and it makes me wonder, did Chapter 4 happen or not? Because if the Ageless is here, does that mean that Chapter 4 did take place, or does that mean that he didn't take place? Because technically the Ageless is from an earlier version of the IO, which means that the Ageless could have just been here before Chapter 1 even existed. There are still so many questions, like where are the 7? Do they still exist in this reality? Is the last reality even a thing? Is the Chrome a thing? I have no idea if any of these questions will be answered ever, but I'm really excited to see. To find out more about the rest of the storylines, such as where Peely has actually gone, check out the video on the screen, and I'll see you over there. Use good people.